What is up, guys? It's T. Kyle here, and finally, happy weekend. Happy Friday. I am here. I am back. I missed last weekend. I'm gonna catch you guys up on the past 2 weeks, what's been going on. We're gonna do a life update. I went to Atlantic City last weekend. It was a last-minute, spontaneous moment. And then I saw Britney this week, and I've just been nonstop for, I want to say it was like 13 days in a row where I just had something to do every single day, and so I really didn't have a weekend, which is why last week I just didn't, because I didn't stop. So I was like, I don't even know what day it is, honestly. This morning I woke up and I was like, I don't know what day it is, because I finally slept for the first time in days last night. Can we also talk about how I drunkenly posted a video this week, like a full video? Well, it wasn't a full video, it was like 6 minutes. But yeah, I was like sitting in my computer chair, I was drunk, I couldn't sleep, and I was just like, oh my God, whatever, video. Who am I? Whatever, I'm here. I'm a little sleepy, not gonna lie. I just finally got sleep last night, and I was just like, oh my God, I slept till 1, and I was just like, thank you, I needed it. I've got my Dunkin' Donuts, not sponsored, still. The coffee that I desperately need today. Even though I'm not doing anything today, I'm gonna go on a walk and that's it. I have today off. It is my first day off in, like, yeah, it's been almost, it feels like 2 weeks. It's my first day where I have nothing to do, so I'm taking full advantage of it. But yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a little update on my Atlantic City trip. I'm gonna talk about Britney, and I'm gonna give you guys a review of that and, you know, give you a real honest moment about how I felt about the whole thing. And yeah, and also a life update, which maybe I could do first. I don't know. We'll do that first, quickly. What has been interesting the past 2 weeks is I've had people who I didn't expect or didn't think knew about my YouTube channel at all. Like, people I know in real life through, like, you know, a much closer circle of people. And they're like, I love your videos. Oh my God, like, I love your YouTube channel. And I'm like, what? Like, you watch them? And I'm like, you've seen all of them? So that was kind of cool. And it was just nice to hear that, you know, people I didn't think cared or, you know, knew about anything I was doing. It was kind of cool to hear. And so it also reminded me that it's important to engage with people's content online. So, like, for me, if I'm watching someone's series or I'm reading a blog that they post, to just, you know, leave a comment or, yeah, just like engage in some way, because it really does make the person feel good to hear that, you know, like, hey, I really like your videos, or hey, I really like that post that you did. Like, even if it's just a little comment. So it's a nice reminder for me to, you know, engage with the content that I watch and the stuff that I watch. A little update there. And then also my diet has been garbage the past week and a half. You know, and I'll talk about when I went to Atlantic City, it was like, you know, we had free food and free room service, and I just couldn't fight the temptation, you guys. And so I was like, if it's free, it has no calories, right? Not a good motto to live by. But yeah, I kind of messed up my diet a little bit, but you know what? We're getting back on track. Whatever, it's fine, new day. I'm not gonna worry about it, not gonna stress about it, because that only makes it worse. So today is a clean slate, and tomorrow is a new day. So that's really the only life update there. And yeah, let me tell you guys about Atlantic City, because it happened completely. I want to say I found out 24, 48 hours in advance that I was going to be going on this trip to Atlantic City. Now, this trip was not sponsored. I am not obligated in any way, shape, or form to say anything about this trip, just to be transparent with you guys, because, you know, I'm, like, super honest on here. And I would never lie about, like, a product or a thing for, like, a check or whatever. So this is not sponsored at all, just like my Dunkin' Donuts coffee, not sponsored. Honestly, that should be I should come up with a series that's just called Not Sponsored, because I give so many free reviews But you know what? It's important because I feel like that's how people buy things now. Like when I post music on my Instagram story, I have people like write back and be like, oh my God, I love that song or like whatever. And I tell you guys about stuff on here all the time that I really like, and it's all honest. And so, yeah, welcome to my new series. It's called Not Sponsored. I don't know, there's something there. I don't know. Anyway, Atlantic City. So I get invited on this press trip. It's, press, influencers, people that, get thrown on a bus, basically, brought to a place. They're given an experience, and then they're assigned something to write about or to review. And, they expect it to be positive. And so for me, I went because there was an extra spot, and I didn't have an assignment. I just was, invited on this trip because it, was already paid for, I guess, and they needed more people to go. So that was really cool. So we got put on the bus. They bussed us all the way down to the Borgata in Atlantic City. The iconic Borgata where Luann de Lesseps filmed her music video for Chic C'est La Vie, and where Teresa Giudice threw Andy Cohen onto a couch at a Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion. It's basically a national landmark, the Borgata. And so we get sent down there, and we stayed at the Water Club, which is they're next to each other. It's Borgata and Water Club. And I will say this, the Water Club was a gorgeous hotel. It was so nice. The rooms were nice. The shower, it was a rainfall shower. I could have stayed in that shower the entire weekend and been fine. It was so nice. Clean, good food. The restaurants were good. Everything's contained in that little area. It wound up downpouring that weekend. So the fact that we were just contained in this one Borgata, it wasn't called a center. It's just this little, it's almost like a mini mall kind of. There's food and there's shops and there's the casino and then there's a nightclub and then there's the hotel. It's all you need for a weekend in one little area. Pools. I didn't go in the pool. I can't swim in cold water. That's a whole other story. I literally can't swim in cold water. I break out in hives. That's a story for another day. Did I tell that story actually already on here? I don't think I did. The title will be, I am allergic to the cold, not clickbait. It's a true thing. Look it up. Cold urticaria. Google it. Yep, that's what I have. Anyway, that's a different story for a different day. So I couldn't go in the pools, and also the pool hours sucked. They were closed early, which I assume is because they don't want drunk people going in the pools. But yeah, I really liked it, and they had good bars, good really good food, on such good food. And so yeah, I guess here's the bad thing though. For all you straights out there, I highly recommend the Borgata Water Club, this experience I did. However, I will say for the gays, there's not really a scene at all in Atlantic City. So if that's, if you're looking for a getaway and you want a gay scene and you want a gay club and you want a gay bar and you want to see gays, there's none in Atlantic City. Even the Britney concert did not bring gays out to Atlantic City. So that was kind of not that I felt uncomfortable there, because I'm also older now and I feel like I can hold my own, and if someone were to shout something at me, I'd be fuck you, I don't care. So that's the only downside that I would say to the whole thing, was that it's not really they do gay events and gay weekends, I heard down there, but for your standard typical Friday, Saturday moment, it's not you know what I mean? But girls trips, it would be amazing. But that's my review of the hotel that I didn't need to give at all, but I just wanted to tell you guys because you saw my Instagram story. And, people love weekend trips and whatever. Also, I didn't get to experience the beach or the boardwalk area, so I can't speak to that because it was downpouring. But yeah, that's that. Then we go to Britney, and here's my other, okay, you guys. I have been to many Britney concerts. And the one thing I love about being a Britney fan is over the years, especially more recently, I would say like in the second half of the career, the fandom, we've all kind of, like, we are like a fandom that when you go to these concerts, you see people that you recognize. I run into people who are aware of my like Twitter and my Instagram, and they know my friend Brad Mew Mews, who like has been a Britney writer. Like, when you go these places, you see people like, you're like, oh my God, I saw you in Vegas, or I saw, we're like a little community now. We're like a little posse, and there's people from social media that we've connected with over the years through Twitter and through fan sites and all of those things. And when we flew out to Vegas, it was like the same thing. Like when you were in the pit in Vegas, or even in like the front section, it was like fans, like it was the fans who knew every word, they knew every song, they had like crazy merch, like unique merch, handmade merch. It was like, it was a fandom there. Atlantic City, Event Center, Borgata Event Center was, I'm trying to think of the right word to use to describe here. Interesting. We'll just say it was interesting. The Event Center, it literally was like a Dance Moms Nationals venue with like folding chairs and a makeshift temporary bleacher set in literally a gigantic rectangle box with carpet, and like there was just a stage like on the side of the wall, basically. It was interesting. It was literally Dance Moms national competition venue, and the crowd was not like, it was like 50% fans and like 50% I'm in Atlantic City for the weekend and here's a show to go to. And people were sitting, like half the crowd was sitting for the entire show. My entire row like started leaving before the show was over. People in front of me were like sitting and then leaving, and I was just like, what is going on? And it makes it hard for you to enjoy it when the people around you are like zombies, like dead. Like this fucking bitch behind me, sorry, not to like be rude, but like, I'm gonna be rude. The whole time, like every single time she'd do a song from Glory, she'd be like, what is this song? Wait, do you know this one? Have you heard this one before? What's the name of this song? I don't know this one. I haven't heard this one before. What song is she doing? I'm like, I wanted to fling around and be like, shut the fuck up, and then throw a copy of Glory at her, bitch. Like the whole time she was like drunk and being just like, I don't even know this one. Like what one she's doing now? Like what are you doing? Like I don't even know this one. Like what, do you want to come over? Like what do you want? Do you want to come over? Like shut the fuck up. It was so irritating, and it was like literally like in my ear behind me the whole time, and I'm like, I'm like, you don't wanna cross the line, but I'ma make a change of my, I'm trying to live my fucking life, and this girl is ruining it. So that was happening in front of me. There was like these people in front of me, they literally only knew Toxic. Like the whole time they're just like, and then it was like, dun 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 dun, and they're like, oh my God, yeah. I'm like, ugh. And that was like, what, 70 minutes into the show? So it just was like not a good vibe around me in that area. Like actually anywhere, like in the venue. It was just dead. The crowd was dead. And the worst part about it, like even worse than that, was like you could tell that they knew on stage that it was dead. Like the dancers, her dancers are incredible. They've been amazing. They've been with her through the whole Vegas thing. They're so good. They're so attractive. They're such good dancers. Like they're so into every song. When they get into the front, like they connect with the fans. Like they look at you and they're like, they're interacting, and they feed off the energy. Like they point at people who are like dancing and like living in the front row, and they smile and they laugh. Like they can hear when you scream stuff at them. Like they're very engaged. And there was one point where everyone in the crowd's supposed to sing If You Seek Amy, and it's literally just like la, 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 la. So it starts, and maybe like 3 gays in the entire area, you can hear them because they're the only ones saying it. And then like does it again, and then like maybe 4 more people in the entire venue like chimed in, and it's like me and like my friends were like, yeah, and the dancers being like, I can't hear you, and dead. And you could just tell she knew that, like, and you could just tell Britney knew it too. And she kind of shaded the audience at one point, like when her mic turned on for like 4 seconds. She was like, wow, this place reminds me of Louisiana. Are you guys ready for one more? And I'm like, oh, like, did you I think I knew what she meant when she said that. But like, you just could tell that they knew, and the energy was just bad. So I'm not gonna lie, when I left the concert, I felt this sense of like, this is what it's come to, it's over, this is like, it's done. Like this is her final hurrah, and it's dead. Like, I felt so upset about it. And I just felt upset for her, and I felt upset for the dancers, and I was like, is this what they're getting like everywhere now, or is it just specifically this venue? So that's how Atlantic City was for me for the Britney concert. Like, I think that venue would be good for, you know, a speaking event, or a comedian would be really good there, or like, I don't know, like literally a Dance Moms competition. So anyway, I was pretty upset about the whole thing. Just the vibe and the energy, and I didn't really want to say anything about it, but I'm saying it now. And then I went at Radio City, and everything just flipped right back around, and my soul was restored, and my energy was restored, and my fandom was restored, because Radio City, I fucking love this city so much. Radio City was fans, like it was fans, like gays were out. It was like actual fans. They were singing every single song. Like the crowd, like I turned around a bunch of times because I was in the front. I was 3rd row in the pit like area, like the orchestra pit. I was so effing close, which I'll tell that story in a second. Like I would turn around a couple times just to get that like visual and like hear and see like everyone singing the songs, like everyone's singing Make Me, and everyone's singing Clumsy and Do You Want to Come Over, like songs from Glory. And I was just like, oh my God, thank you, like fans. Oh my God, there's fans and gays, this is all I want. So my soul was completely restored after New York City, and you could tell the dancers, and like she knew it, like they knew it, like they knew that there was a crowd here and a vibe here. And yeah, so I was really close. If you guys saw my Instagram stories, I was 3rd row. It's an interesting story. Let me show you, like, yeah, like, you can see, like, I was just so close. Like, I could see every track. I could see, like, literally, like, this is how close I was. I could see the detailing on her eyeshadow and, like, her eyelashes. Like, I could see, like, facial details and, like, tracks and, like, pins and, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how close I was. And, like, the people who were 1st row, to give you guys, like, a sense of it, like, the, like, seat, like, row AAA or whatever it was, were leaning on the actual stage. Like, they had, like, their elbows on the stage. And, one second. The front row, like, they were leaning on the stage. Like, they had their elbows, like, on the stage, and the guy was, like, filming it. And, there were, like, a couple speakers. So, you, like, literally, like, if you were that front row, like, you could climb on the stage. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, it just, there was no barrier, so they were, like, leaning, like, up on the thing, and, like, you could, like, pull yourself up on stage like a pool. Like, it was that low where you could, like, you know, elbow up a knee and, like, climb on stage. Like, there was just no barrier. And then there was, like, row B, and then there was C. So she was very close. And, you know, the ponytail was, I don't know what is going on with the ponytail, with the hair. I don't get it. It was like she was snatched and fit, and like her arms and her upper body are so like fit, and then she just, you know, throws her hair into a messy ass amateur looking ponytail. I don't get it, but you know what? We stan anyway. And she kept looking in the monitors. So like she'd be on stage and she kept looking at herself in the big TV screens, which were like on the walls, which was also interesting. But yeah, so again, going back to like what I was saying before about this fandom that we have here, and I know a lot of you like on Twitter, because like I just did a poll on my Twitter, or not a poll, but like I did a thing where I asked people to send me their favorite Britney quotes, and I got, you know, like 60 responses, and I'm just like it's like my family, like my little Britney family. Where was I going with this? Oh, how I got my front row tickets, because I didn't pay for them. There was a girl, Rebecca, thank you girl, love you girl. She reached out to Brad, Mew Mews, and was like, I want fans to come with me to the show. Like, I want stans. Like, I want people who know everything to like go with me and dance with me. And so she just invited these gays, and I like loved it. She like knew every word with me. Like, we were dancing, like she was flipping her ponytail. It was just like it was just so cool that the internet, like you guys know I talk shit about the internet all the time. There's so many things I hate about it. But the one thing I will say that I love, and that if there's just one thing that I want, it's that it's created a community for me, similar to this YouTube experience, of people that are like-minded, that get it, that just want to have fun, and they just want to like listen to music and connect and talk about Britney. And like, that's the one thing I love about social media, that it's done for me and for other people in the fandom as well, is that it's connected all of us. And, you know, I see people, like there was people that I saw in the first time they went to Vegas, that I saw the second time that I went to Vegas, or that I saw at Radio City and said hi to them, or people who would be like, oh my God, like I follow you on Twitter, like, and then there's a face to that username or that icon, like that person who I have seen on Twitter or that I follow on Twitter. Like there was these people that screamed at me from the mezzanine, and then like I'd been following them for like a year and a half, and just never, you know, physically saw them. So it just was cool. I mean, I got a free ticket. That's cool. But in addition to, like, aside from that, because it's, you know, I could have bought my own ticket. It's not that I needed, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not bragging or like whatever. But to just have that like fandom and that community is just the best. And I felt reinvigorated after Radio City. And yeah, I don't know. I honestly think that is probably the last time I'm going to see her live. I know I've said that before. Like, I thought she was going to retire at Circus Tour, but I don't know. I really do think this might be her last trip. I think, you know, she kind of was dialing it in a little bit at a couple times. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. There were times where I was like, oh, she doesn't want to be doing that. Like, you could tell she hates Slave for You. You can tell she's like over Me Against the Music. But you know what? She's like on summer break with her kids, and she's traveling the East Coast, and she's fit, and she's got a hot 23-year-old man. Like, we stan. I don't care. She had her, you know, amateur looking cheap ponytail wig that wasn't done. Like, I don't care. It's whatever, you know, I stan. And that's that. Is that pretty much everything? Oh, I didn't even mention this, which has been sitting here the whole video, and I totally forgot to like shout it out. I also bought a life-size Britney Spears Pepsi cutout this week. I really don't even know what day it is. I don't know the date. It's been a wild week and week and a half. But yeah, a mint condition Britney Spears Pepsi life-size cutout. It's literally like 9 feet tall. If I were to stand next to it, I'm like shorter than it. I have absolutely no idea where I'm gonna put it, why I did it. I just said, you know what? The world is ending, why not? It's in great condition, like it's in pristine, perfect condition. So I figured, you know what? One day, if I have like a filming room, or if I'm famous And I have my own clubhouse set. What am I gonna put in it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, what would be like my wall of collectibles, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not that I ever think I would be famous or like have like a clubhouse or whatever. But if I did, she's coming with me. And there's like a bunch of stuff on my desk too that I have, like my Miss Juicy bobblehead, you know, just really important. My Tiffany Pollard Miss New York gigantic Pez dispenser, you know, like iconic memorabilia that will just need a home one day. And if I ever get a house, I would have like an office, and then like on the wall, it would just be like a wall of memorabilia as like a decoration piece. I don't know. You know what? It was $60. Why not? Who cares? I don't really have any merch anymore. So this is, and she fits in my closet. So if, you know, I have people over, or if like a guy wants to come over, you know, I could just throw her in my closet and call it a day. Whatever, you guys. Life is short. Why not? Okay. Trying to think if there's anything else to update you guys on before I sign out. I feel like there was something else that I wanted to tell you guys that I didn't mention in this video. What was it? I didn't write notes today. Oh. Is that what, did I talk? No, I didn't. Also, at the Britney Spears concert, my boss, Andy Cohen, was the freak show victim. And I videotaped it, obviously, from like where I was. And she didn't know who he was. She said, give it up for him.
I think you all know who this is. Give it up for him. Woo! Thank you.
And then after he left the stage, she was like, ow, my ears. He's loud.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you. Ow. Ears. He's loud.
And it was hilarious. And my video that I took got all this press coverage. It was on E! News. It was on Entertainment Tonight, Access Hollywood, People. Like, it literally was like headline making that Britney Spears did not know who Andy was. And I was reading all the comments because I cut a video for his Instagram that he could post. So there's like it's like a 1 minute highlight moment of, you know, the footage that I sent him for his Instagram, and all these celebrities were commenting on it, like Khloe Kardashian, Chrissy Teigen, you know, the cast of Summer House, Queen of Pop, Melissa Gorga, you know, all these people, and just like being like, oh my God, I'm dying, oh my God, I love this. So all these people were commenting, and I was just reading everything, and as I was reading it, I just felt, you know, Ashley Simpson shadow playing in the back of my head, living in the shadow of someone else's dream. You know, literally me reading all the comments. And then Jamie Lynn Spears commented, and it said, guess I need to have a Bravo binge with someone. We love Andy Cohen. And I was just like, Jamie Lynn Spears watches Bravo, and she knows who Andy Cohen is, which means that she could just text Britney and be like, girl, you didn't know who he was. Oh my God, like, you know that show I told you to watch? That's him. Like, he's the one who, like, I want to know. They're probably talking about it. And then Britney liked the post, and she has control over her Instagram now. So that means she saw it, and she watched with her two Britney Spears eyes in her Britney Spears body, and watched a video that I edited and took on Andy's, like, there's so many stupid, like, I'm literally like living in the shadow of, like, you know, of what a moment, but like, isn't that cool? Like, that's kind of cool. And I'm like shook, and I'm like, what, did Jamie say something to Britney? Is Britney Spears gonna start watching Real Housewives of New York on her little tour bus? And what if she starts watching it and then posts like an Instagram video of her watching like a reunion, and she's like, oh my God, I love, like, you see where my mind is going? This is what I do with my spare time, you guys. Now you're getting a glimpse into my world. These are the things I've been thinking about all week, you know? meanwhile, like, the world is ending, and here I'm sitting here being like, oh my God, is Jamie Lynn Spears texting Britney about Real Housewives of New York? I don't know. The little things in life, you guys. That was the last thing I wanted to talk about was that I was freaking out on the inside about Jamie Lynn Spears watching this video and knowing who my boss is, and that's really it. My battery's dying, and yeah. So I think that's really it for this week. I have been, slacking off with, still haven't done anything else other than my weekend chats, I know, but gearing up for my 3-week vacation, which is going to be amazing. The last week of it, I'm going to be traveling. So there's about 2.5 weeks that I have off. And so I'm excited to just recharge and regroup and start thinking about new things. And I need to set new goals. I need to start planning ahead. So I don't really have anything to share on that front yet because I'm in limbo. I feel like I'm in limbo. I feel like I'm kind of on a hamster wheel a little bit. And it's important to break and stop and think and reevaluate and think of like what I want to do, where I want to go, creative projects and planning and all that stuff. So, I'm going to still see you guys here next weekend, unless there's another spontaneous trip that I'm going on, but it's probably not happening because I hate the summer. I don't want to be hot and I don't want to be out in the sun. So that's all. Thank you guys again for watching, and follow me on Instagram if you're not already, because I, throughout the week, the regular week, I am on there doing a lot of Instagram stories, and I write back to a lot of messages and stuff like there if you want to interact on a more daily basis, or on my Twitter account. And I'll see you guys, around. Anything coming up this week ahead? No, not really. Okay, well, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.
It's Britney, bitch. Shake your tits. Dunkin' Donuts.